Hello and welcome to the story so far, presented by Bismarck. Today we will be going over the story of Spider-Man Remastered for PC, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment on August 12, 2022. Before we get started, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Peter Parker is a 23-year-old college graduate with superhuman abilities. The game skips the first 8 years of Peter's life as Spider-Man, thus it does not go over the origins of his powers and skips past many of his most infamous battles. Peter currently works as a lab technician for Dr. Otto Octavius, creating advanced technologies to further humanity. Apart from his alter ego as Spider-Man or helping Dr. Octavius, Peter also helps his Aunt May at a local homeless shelter and food bank feast, ran by a man named Martin Lee. The game begins with Spider-Man aiding the police in taking down Wilson Fisk, a massive kingpin in the organized crime of New York. After succeeding in defeating Fisk, new rival gangs begin to take control of the city. The most notable being a ghost-like gang known as the Inner Demons. Peter learns about the Inner Demons by his now ex-girlfriend Mary Jane Watson, an investigative reporter for the Daily Bugle.
What are you doing here?
Same as you. Working. At least, I was.
Oh, I think this is yours.
Yeah, thanks.
So Robbie's got you covering a break-in for the Bugle?
Well, Robbie doesn't technically know I'm here. And it wasn't a break-in until a few minutes ago.
Huh?
Let me explain.
MJ at first goes to an auction house to see if she can gather information from a staff member about using the art sold there to launder money, where then a group of Inner Demons gang members raid the store. Peter is informed of this break-in by Yuri Watanabe, an NYPD captain, in which he works closely with.
Voicemail from Yuri.
Hey, silent alarm at the auction house holding Fisk's estate sale just tripped. Could you check it out? Quietly? I don't want to make a scene if it's nothing.
Fisk estate sale. Sounds fun.
Peter heads over to the auction house to investigate the break-in, having to use stealth to his advantage to take control away from the gang. After taking down two demons in a back room, he is met by MJ, who is escaping. She briefly tells Peter the story of what happened prior to him getting there. She informs him she found an incriminating file about a project called Dragon's Breath that the Inner Demons were also there to seize. They then decided to work together to escape the auction house, taking out the Inner Demons. However, during the fight, MJ loses the file to one of the demons, who successfully escapes with it. Peter however got a mask that one of the demons was wearing, thinking to get it analyzed. He decides to take it to Martin Lee at Feast since he had a background in art. Lee warns Peter that the mask is part of the group the Inner Demons and tells him to stay away from them.
Peter, listen. That mask, it could be connected to dangerous people. Mary Jane might want to find a different story.
Do you think she's in trouble?
I don't know. Why take the risk?
After his meeting with Martin Lee, Peter returns to Dr. Octavius's laboratory to help him with the test fitting of a mechanical arm on a wounded soldier. While doing the fitting, Mayor Norman Osborn shuts down Octavius's lab, seizes his assets, and removes all his funding. The Inner Demons continue to take control of Fisk's properties. The NYPD is having to fight back against this new gang. Officer Jefferson Davis helps Peter in discovering what the demons were up to at an abandoned shipyard. After figuring out what the demons were there for, the demons lead Peter and Davis on a car chase. Davis successfully saves Peter's life after he was almost hit by a car while trying to stop a truck from falling onto a subway car. For this heroic action, Jefferson Davis is being recognized by Mayor Norman Osborn at a public rally. The rally is being attended by Peter, MJ, his son Miles and his wife Rio. During the ceremony, Osborn receives a threat to destroy New York, causing him to walk off the stage. During this time, the Inner Demons attack the rally with bomb vests, killing countless innocent people including Jefferson Davis. Peter captures a glimpse of Martin Lee taking the form of Mr. Negative, the mastermind behind the plot. After his father's death, Miles volunteers at Feast, quickly befriending Peter and May. Norman begins to take extreme measures to deal with the Inner Demon menace, hiring the mercenary Silver Sable and her private military company. Sable thinks Spider-Man is also a threat, constantly creating problems for him, even almost killing him at times. Peter discovers that Lee has a grudge against Mayor Osborn and wants to steal the Devil's Breath that Oscorp illegally created as a universal cure to all diseases. Unbeknownst to Osborn, Devil's Breath is a bioweapon that can harm or kill people. Lee plans to use it to kill many innocent bystanders at Grand Central Station, his plan being foiled by MJ and Peter. Peter fights Martin Lee, defeating him in the process.
That totally worked last time.
Sending him to the Raft, a floating supermax prison facility next to Rikers Island. Meanwhile, Dr. Octavius is diagnosed with a disease that will render him immobile in about a year, causing him to be hasty in creating new artificial limbs for himself. However, he lets his rage get the better of him. He wants to get revenge on Norman Osborn for ruining his life's work. He then creates tentacle-like artificial limbs for himself. Peter warns Octavius that the likelihood of him being seriously injured by the arms or the neural interface was extremely high. Octavius ignores Peter's warnings, vowing revenge on Osborn no matter the cost.
Fortune favors the bold. It's time to show the world what we've done.
Otto, the neural web isn't isolating your motor neurons. It could be affecting other parts of your brain, your inhibitions, your mood. I just think we need some more
We've
tests.
done enough! For the first time in my life, I don't feel like a failure. I feel like me.
Octavius, now as his supervillain persona Dr. Octopus, attacks Rikers Island and the Raft, hoping to release all the prisoners of the Raft, including Mr. Negative, Electro, Vulture, Rhino, and Scorpion. He succeeds in doing so, forming the Sinister Six. Spider-Man unsuccessfully tries to stop their escape, getting wounded by Scorpion. Dr. Octopus then steals the Devil's Breath from the NYPD and releases it in Times Square. With the outbreak of Devil's Breath and all the prisoners escaping from Rikers Island, New York is put under martial law. Osborn has Sable take over, who quickly labels Spider-Man as public enemy number 1.
I'm here to help.
Good. There's gangs of escaped prisoners banding together and taking over entire city blocks. Looting, strong-arming local residents, you name it.
I'll take care of him. What else you got?
The mayor told Silver Sable to do whatever it takes to find Lee and Octavius. So she's just rounding people up indiscriminately, holding them captive in bases around the city. I've even heard rumors of enhanced interrogation tactics.
You mean torture? Don't worry. I'm on it. This is our city, Yuri. It's time we take it back.
Great. My men are tracking the supervillains. I'll update you when we make progress. For now, do your best to stabilize the city.
Blaming Spider-Man for the prison break of the Sinister Six and criminals of Rikers. Peter does not let this stop him, however. He quickly learns that Dr. Octopus released the Dragon's Breath and is working with the Sinister Six. Upon learning this, however, a bomb goes off, almost killing him. He is then picked up by Vulture as a backup plan and taken to Electro to finally finish him off. Peter fights and defeats both the Vulture and Electro. Peter then goes after Scorpion, who is attacking water treatment facilities owned by Oscorp. After getting stung by Scorpion, Peter is poisoned and begins to see hallucinations.
Whoa! What the... Is that a sea of poison? Can't be. This can't be real.
While poisoned, Peter begins to assemble an antidote, going to multiple locations to collect supplies. He successfully cures himself and is left in Octavius's laboratory. And that's the story so far. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to see the rest of the series.